Hello and welcome to this lesson where we're going to learn how to insert a table into a Word document. You know, many times you're writing a document and eventually you'll get to a place where you have to summarize some information, and if you don't want to do it in terms of a bulleted list, then a table might make more sense. For instance, for our courses in algebra and geometry and calculus, I might want to put a table together that lists the course title along with how long the course is. Maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Maybe I want a third column that lists the price and so on. So, you know, you can create these tables in outside programs like Excel and paste them in if you'd like, but Word has a pretty nice and easy to use features to insert and tweak tables from directly inside of the document. So let me go here to the end of page 7 and I'll insert a new page, which will be page 8, and I'm going to create my fancy table here. So when I go to the Insert tab, which is where I was a minute ago, and I click Insert Table, see it's telling me I can add a table there. Great way to organize info within your document. So if I click that drop-down menu, the first thing I notice is that I can just highlight and sort of visually draw however many rows and columns I need. If I only need a very simple 2x2 table, there you go. If I need something bigger, there I go. If I need to have something with very many columns, but not very many rows, it's very easy to do. Now you can go all the way up to a 10x8 table here. So it is really the way to do it if you're going to very quickly drop something into your document. So let me show you what you would do here. For instance, if we were going to do something like this, maybe we could just go ahead and hit enter there, and then I would say, for instance, Algebra 1. Let's say it's 7-hour course, and let's say it's, you know, $19.99. Okay, then I can go here and I can say Algebra 2, you know, 8-hour course, and let's say again it was $19.99. Again, let me go and do trigonometry. Okay, 7-hour course for, let's say, $24.99. Now, when you get to the end of the road here, we've filled up our table. What do? So if you just hit tab again, another line appears. And as you tab through to the end here, and you tab when you're in your final blank, another row appears with the same characteristics that you have above. Now, I know what all of you guys are thinking. You want to format this table. You want it to look a certain way. You want to change the lines. You want to change the column widths. You want to do lots of things. Just bear with me. In this lesson, we're just learning how to create the tables. In future lessons, we'll learn how to, change their appearance and so on. So that's one way to create a table. Let me go ahead and click this entire table, right click, and hit cut, which removes it from the document because we don't want it anymore. Now it's gone. Let's go and insert a table in a different way. If we don't want to select it like this, we can click Insert Table, which gives us a little bit more control. I can type the number of rows and columns. For instance, if I want 4 columns and 6 rows, I can do that. I can choose fixed column width and have it be automatically chosen for me, or I can specify the column width. So in this case, let's make it 0.4. Let's make it 0.6 inches. And I can remember this dimension for new tables down the way. If I want to create 4 or 5 different tables, I can remember these dimensions and so on. So if I hit OK, then notice the table has been created. It is not the full width of the document because we told Word that we only wanted the table width to be how wide? We wanted it to be 0.6 inches, I believe is what we created. Okay, so we can do the same thing here. You can go type your information in. When you get to the end of it, if you decide you need another row, just hit tab and you just keep on going through here and you can add more of these rows there. So let me right click and hit cut, or you can just hit the delete key. Let's go back to the insert menu, insert table. There's another way to create a table, and all of these things are basically doing the same thing. It's just different ways to accomplish the same task. We can draw a table, and when you draw a table, literally your icon, your mouse cursor turns into a pencil. So I can literally draw and drag across the page. I can go all the way across the page, or I can just go, let's say, this far, okay? And I can create basically what's going to amount to my first cell, right? Now, I still have the pencil icon, so I can create as many columns as I want. So let's put a column here. Literally, I'm connecting the top and bottom line, and I can create one here and I can create one here, and I can create as many of these things as I want. Notice how they're different widths, right? So let me go and change to the regular cursor I have. I can tab through these guys, entering information, and when I get to the end of it, I can hit it again, and I get a new row. So let me go back and take these rows away, and then I realize, oh darn it, I really didn't want this little bitty cell at the end. That was an accident. So I can go to this eraser tool. Notice that I'm in the table tools tab. Whenever I've created a table and I've clicked on it, then that tab pops in. When I click inside of it, I get these nice design table tools, which allows me to customize the way it looks, and the layout, which is exactly what I'm editing here. If I go to the erase and then come over here, see I have like an eraser. I can click right on that line and zap it out of the way and put it back to how I want. So it's very easy to create tables in Excel. It's very easy to either drop them in using this sort of feature here. I can insert it with a menu. I can draw it and literally draw the columns, etc. And of course, I can insert an Excel spreadsheet. If I have Excel installed and I've spent a lot of time in there creating it, I can pull the table in from there as well. So I encourage you to play with this, understand it, follow me on to the next section and the next several sections where we will learn how to further customize the way these tables look and how they're formatted.